it's been a full year collaborating in the Token Engineering Commons, and it's been amazing. And I am very grateful to be part of this community where I have learned so much, and also where I feel that I have grown a lot, and that I feel that if you have a project here in this community is a place where you can receive like good feedback to develop your project. And I am also grateful for my family. This year, my niece was born from my brother Jose, and he was like the first person who talked to me about crypto, and it's amazing because I also feel that we have grown together a lot. And yeah, I feel that each of the lives of the people in my family is something that I am really grateful for, because I know that these are very difficult times related to health, where yeah, we all have had different struggles. So that's what three things that I'm grateful for this year. And three things that I am looking for next year is that I look forward to continue working and developing Gravity, and I really look forward to be able to support people who want to develop consciousness in the space, and people who want to build safe spaces, and people who want to make practice roles, and people who want to talk about the shadows that we don't talk normally, people that want to talk about diversity and um, um, trauma informed things, and about um, how to have mental health. And yeah, all these discussions super interesting. I also look forward yeah, of the commons upgrade. And next year I also look forward traveling. I would love to travel next year and maybe go to some Ethereum conferences. I think those are really cool, and hopefully I can meet some of you in person. So yeah, those are the things that I'm looking for next year, and the three things that I'm grateful for this year. So I want to pass it to Septi. Three things that you're grateful for this year, and three things that you're looking for next year.
Oh wow, tough question. You mean looking for next year, right? This year, I mean, yeah, the TC, that's a blast. Like joining all these amazing people. Second, I mean, yeah, like came here to the village with Sam. It was a very fun experience. I learned a lot, and hanging out with him, it was so fun. And yeah, I'm very grateful actually for meeting you guys in Paris. It was so fun. Like after like working like almost for a year together and see all of our faces, the good vibes in the community, in the real life, it's much better. Yeah, I'm very grateful for that, and I'm looking forward. Yeah, maybe more events. I really like. They get the me so exhausted. Like I need like to be at home like at least for 2 months. But it's so nice. Like when we are there together, sharing time. Yeah, I'm very looking forward also probably to. I mean, get my drive license. That's the thing I really need to get done. Like I'm almost 30 years old, and yeah, it will get done. And yeah, maybe I don't know, slow down a bit. Like I'm all day doing stuff. Like maybe slow down a bit and rest a bit more in 2022. Yeah, but I'm excited. Yeah, I'll pass it to Bianca.
Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? So, three things that I'm grateful for this year. My exchange program that I was in US for 2 years and it finished this last um no, actually it finished in September and I'm very grateful for it. Um I'm also grateful for my relationships that I built through this year. Um Getting together and more close to my family and with my boyfriend. And also that I'm grateful is directing and understanding more about my career and what I want to do after I'm finished with college. And three things that I'm looking for next year is to improve on blockchain and understand more about everything and where I want to be. And start officially my career in psychology and being more present on Gravity, and getting things together for my marriage. And that's it. And I'll pass to Aloysius.
There we go. Ah, three things I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for the connections that I have, the support that I have in my life. That feels separate from this piece, which sounds kind of similar, but I'm really grateful for like mentors and mentees as being a part of my journey in my growing and learning. I'm grateful for how aware my daughter is. She's almost 13 and she has an awareness that's like, I don't know, I'm 35 or 36 something, and she's like to a degree caught up to like some of my level of awareness, and that like brings me a lot of comfort. Things I'm looking forward to in the future. I want to call in like a collective ability to like care for each other and our ecosystem. And I mean the planet when I say that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot that I'm really thinking about in the future. Staying really, really present and feeling kind of burdened by the seriousness of where the world's at right now. Yeah. I'll pass to, has Lane gone?
No, I'm here, and I think you can hear me now, no? Yeah. Grateful, three things, right? Yeah, my kids, I have three boys, age 11, 13, and 14. And yeah, I picked up the middle one from the station, and it's this instant joy, huh? Like just to see the sparkle in his eyes, and then he hugs you, and it's yeah. I'm grateful for the joy and the love they bring me. Although they also bring some teenager trouble, but it's great to have them in the house. They had their last exams these days in high school. I'm grateful for yeah, I had a couple of amazing teachers in the past year. I've started to consciously choose my teachers in some way. People that give me good vibes and where I'm attracted to and that teach me amazing things. I'm grateful for them allowing me to tap into their wisdom and share what they know. It's amazing. I'm grateful for my partner who gives me the courage to explore new land. He always says you cannot discover new land with an old map, so we need to build a new map. And I'm very eager to help with that. Things I look forward to. I quit my job last week. I was brave enough to finally quit my institution, as I call it, and although I was a good, it's like it's full of good people, but it was just not my path anymore. So finally, I took the decision, like, no. So I'm an independent facilitator right now, starting that, trying to bring people safe spaces, deep democracy techniques. That's what I'm practicing. and learning how to contribute to DAOs. Very excited about it all. And I pass it on to Innovator 3.
Hi everyone. I don't know if you can hear me. I haven't heard much of the last two contributions. I'm sorry about that. Three things I'm grateful for. We are very lucky in the UK. We have the NHS, who have done amazing things throughout COVID and continue to do amazing things. And hopefully they won't fall apart over Christmas, although they are worried that they might do. But anyway, we are all very grateful for the NHS. I love the fact that technology allows me to meet some amazing people. You guys are certainly one bunch of amazing people, and I mean amazing, listening to what you guys are doing. There's another group of people I meet who are in Africa. The only technology they have that can access the web is Facebook. But luckily I've met some good people there, and they are doing amazing things, and we're trying to help them get even more resources. And finally, I'm also very grateful that we got my younger daughter off to university this year, which is a wonderful thing because hopefully that secures her future, at least to some extent. We haven't finished university yet, but fingers crossed it'll go okay. Next year, I'd love to do a token-based project. Very interested in what's going on. I hope to try and learn more. I'm kind of going quite slowly because I have to work in an asynchronous way, so I can't always come to all the meetings that I'd like to, but very interesting when I am able to. We are running a particular project in Africa to try and get them solar power and web access. So I'm really hoping we can try and get that done this year. And the third thing is, as a newly qualified Graviton, I'd really like the chance to use some of those skills, in a live setting. Obviously, I don't know how that's going to happen, but I would say certainly I'm willing. I don't know about able, but I'll be happy to give it a go. Obviously, I think the idea of pairing Gravitons is a very, very good idea, because then if you're a bit stuck, you can say help where you need to. So yeah, that's me for this year and next year. Have we had Bianca yet?
Yeah, I think we are missing Morgan and Rebecca.
Okay, Rebecca.
Thank you. I'm feeling grateful for a training program in Tantra and relationships that I just started, and it's really energizing me, bringing me joy. I'm feeling grateful to partner and to everyone in this room, because this is my first DAO call ever, and it's been an amazing challenge to a lot of the stories that I had about this being just like a very technical space and a space that's very disconnected from the humanness. And yeah, I couldn't imagine a better introduction to challenge that. So thank you all. And I'm also feeling grateful that I was essentially fired last week, and I'm also feeling a lot of other things about it, but yeah, in the combination of things that have happened in the past 3 hours, I'm currently feeling really grateful for it, actually. And what I'm looking forward to for next year is the possibility of jumping on a gravity training. If you run another one, I would love to get involved. I'm looking forward to having the space to create my own business again. And I'm really looking forward to getting somewhere like Mexico and having the sun on my skin and feeling alive from my core again. Thank you. I will pass to Morgan.
Hey, good morning, y'all. Rebecca, that check-in just totally, that was awesome. So grateful you're here. I would say the things that I am grateful for is a really beautiful web of friends and colleagues and collaborators that I'm in community with. I could not be more proud and appreciative of the quality of humans that are close to me, and that we get to be in relationship with. And I am also really grateful and curious about the ways that skills and wisdom that I've been really mindful to curate for many, many years, how they're all coalescing and getting to sort of shapeshift and be of more accurate service, especially here in DAO space, which is rad. And I'm really grateful for dance and performance art because that is where my joy and my deep expression come out, and opportunities for that have been increasing. I'm looking forward to growing in DAO space, especially in Gravity. Aloysius is a dear friend of mine and extended an invitation into this community. I don't know, Alo, October maybe. You're like, this is where you need to be. And every meeting, I'm like, yes, 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 yes. Awesome. Let's go. Let's do this shit. I'm also really grateful for hosting some retreats up and down the west coast of the United States called Queering Our Healing. Aloysius is also involved in that with me. And it's cool to see the support of our local health department and people really recognizing the necessity for being able to heal the impacts of systems of oppression and trauma in our relationships. I'm really looking forward to dancing more. I am the happiest when I'm dancing. And so I just want to be dancing as often as possible. So that's my check-in. Stoked to be here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all y'all.
Yeah, thanks everyone for coming. That was really beautiful. It's always good when we are grateful and when we take some time to remember the things that make our lives so special. And yeah, Rebecca, welcome to the Gravity working group. And I'm super happy about what you said of wanting to collaborate and to participate in the Graviton trainings. And yeah, basically, next year we are going to have a great change in this working group, and is that until now we haven't have been managing funds, and since next year we will be able to manage funds and actually reward people for this. And I like what you started saying about that the Web3 space isn't natively a very comprehensive space, but that's what we are trying to do. We are trying to make Web3 a more comprehensive space for people that come from different areas of knowledge than the traditional areas of knowledge that are in Web3, like engineering and data analysis. But rather, Gravity is like a space for social workers, for psychologists, for mediators, for lawyers, to bring value added into the space, and to fortify that social layer that all Web3 projects have, and that sometimes is easily missed. And I am really happy that we have been growing the interest of a lot of people from the space. And I really think that next year we will have a ton of communities wanting to improve their competence in managing conflict. And one of the things that I would really like to see is to have a toolbox. I feel that I have been trained in one way and in one methodology of managing conflict, and somehow I have printed that in the way that Gravity has been managing conflicts until now. But I feel that with a lot of people who has like a lot of experience that is joining the project, we can craft like a toolbox to have like different way to approach different situations, and also to be able to offer the right aid according to the circumstances, and also to be able to provide people someone who they can talk to, and someone and not only someone, but a culture that normalizes and is able to process polarities, and also that is able to include people understanding their differences. So I am super stoked about this. Well, also, I wanted this call to be very festive and holiday, because we are very near Christmas and this New Year, and one of the things that I would like to share is that for me it's really cool, and I am trying to do my best to open Gravity for the participation of a lot of people. I feel that until now I have like been a little bit on the center of the development of Gravity, but I look forward that next year we can have like new leaderships, and that we can continue decentralizing. And I also want to say that we will be proposing a proposal to the TEC that would be like our basic maintenance, that we have already talked about this in other calls, but that all of you are able and open to propose other proposals. So, for example, here we are like taking into account the basic activities that we want to lead, like leading book clubs, creating safe spaces, making content creation, making role plays, continued education activities, um, intergraviton coordination, graviton to graviton support, and many other things that can happen, like with the bounty system. And also we are here counting with the graviton trainings, and we are also making a pool for case management to reward people that actually participates in case management. But it's not closed. It doesn't mean like Gravity is this and we cannot do anything else. If you want to lead a research group, I don't know, for investigating the level of trauma informed culture in the Web3 space, or you are free to try to lead these activities that may not be covered by this proposal. And for sure we can have like the support of Gravity on that proposal, and not to only stick with what's already like been built, but to also be able to continue growing. And if like, I don't know, if we want to lead a research group, or if we want to make like a specific project in one community or an experiment, or if we want to build this toolbox to solve conflicts, or if we want to make some guides um, to distribute to the space, or if we want to make like some new content, those are things that can be that can be an additional proposal to this one. But also in this one we will have like the support to to reward the people that will be building this understanding of transformation in the space. And one of the things that I would really want to see is a lot of diversity. So, like, if you feel that you have something that you want to share, please don't stick it to yourself. Like, if you want to lead some work, like weekly session, to talk about the practice, or if you want to maybe lead a training of the Graviton training, a session of the Graviton training, and you feel that you have something that can enrich the value proposition that we have, please feel free to step up. And we will be actually needing 3 people who will be like working group related people, and other 3 people that will be like active Gravitons. So we will be opening this call for people who is interested in the following weeks. So it would be really cool that if you want to participate, you can just raise your hand, and we'll see how can we make it so that everyone can feel involved and participating in this project. Does someone want to say something, share something?
I'm so down. I want to collaborate on all of these layers with you, Juan, so badly. This is like a dream come true. Like, there's a lot of different things that I've been building over the last years of being a facilitator and anti-oppressive practice and embodiment-based solutions for complex trauma. And like everything that we're working on in the DAO space is deconstructing those oppressive relationships with self and others. So like, this is such a sweet spot. I'm so excited. So I'm just kind of curious, like, what the veins of accessibility for myself and for other colleagues, like how we can like be looking out for the right spaces to know when to be in communication, and to be in communication with whom and how. Because I'm stoked for like the teams that are also going to probably start to develop, which is something we've been talking about over the last couple of weeks, and like who wants to collaborate with who and how do we like meld our specialties and make sure that we're working really integratively. That's what comes to mind for me.
Yeah. We can continue working in teams, and the other thing is that I also think that maybe we can receive like requests from other communities, and the idea is not that we all stay here in the TEC, but rather that then we can have like participation of Gravitons and to reproduce this conflict competence in other communities. So we need to be open, and not only to like say that we will stay always in the TC, but it would be really cool if we can maybe have like teams in different communities, and we can even support them and support that process from the TEC. There's someone who is not in this call, but I would really would want to talk about her, and she is Forrest, and she will be leading Gravity in Giveth. So maybe she will be needing some extra Gravitons there. And if some of you feel that you would like to support her on that mission, we can make a support group for her in Giveth. So the idea is not that we have like a lot of Gravitons only in the TC, and that we can have like people that we can become like a shelling point where people come when they need support on this, and we can tell them like, okay, here's your team of Gravitons that is going to help you in your organization. But maybe also to include to that organization that team of Gravitons would need some funds to work, and it's not like it's a free service. So yeah, I think that there's a lot of work to do, and next year will be super cool. I really hope to see like a bunch of communities with Gravitons, and that we can be like this really great shelling point, and help with our purpose of helping to coordinate in and also to make this space more comprehensive to human needs.
Yeah, I want to say that I'm really, really excited about it too. And as Morgan said, I'm super down and I want to learn so much and I want to like know what I can help with and I want to be into it and I want to like contribute as I can because this is a space that I want to be in. I really want to do like and see how much like people need in TEC and what is like the things that we can do and build together. And I think this is really cool. I'm really excited to see how it's gonna be.
Yeah, there's something that I would also like to invite the people who is like more experienced in psychological expertise than myself, and is to make like a study of the collective psychology around Web3, and also to be able to have like this treatment, like that this psychological treatment also as an offer in organizations. Like in regular organizations, we see that there's like an organizational psychologist, and here we are having like an organizational mediator, but there are two different things, and sometimes the approach of a conflict is better if we take it from a psychological standpoint point of view, or for than if you take it from a mediation point of view. So it's also important to offer these psychological services in the community, because like and we see that even in schools, when in schools they have the school counselor or the school psychologist, and here people can have like conflicts that are better like treated through that approach than of the approach of like mediation. So it would be really cool, and that's why I am talking about a toolbox. Like, okay, approach to gravity, but that doesn't mean that you will always have the same procedure, or that you will have always like the same outcome, but like approach to gravity, and then we can see what would be like the best tool that suits for you. So maybe instead of like actually mediating, you can have like a talk with someone who is specialized in counseling people, um like, yeah, once or twice a week for an amount of time, and that way we can even solve the problem without even um like having the whole mediation. So yeah, if you feel that you can work on these like other tools, that's something that would be really cool. Like, okay, you don't only have to come to gravity if you have an issue with other person. You can come to gravity if you have an issue in your life and you don't know who to talk to. And that's something that's cool about this community, that even though that we are far, we can also be really near. And like, sometimes people in their close circles, they don't have someone to go to talk about their problems, or they don't feel that they have like the confidence or the privacy. So maybe we can offer this kind of service to the people in the community, to even help them in their private lives, because that's what we care for, not only for the face that they put in the screen when their mic is open, but to help them to live a more joyful life, and to help the human that is behind the camera.
Oh my gosh, can I say something?
Yeah.
I have a thing. Remember earlier asking like what do you want in the future, whatever. I have a vision of like what I want my future to be outside of like my projects that I'm doing and excited about in like blockchain world. Because I have a dream that I have like this Calendly, and it lists all the different DAOs that like I'm a part of, and people could schedule one-on-ones with me to like get onboarded places or get info as those as starting points, and then also just offering myself as like a human being that people could talk to. I've held so much space for people in conflict, and I'm just like always in the shadows, and I love it. But it'd be great if I got paid to do the thing that I enjoy, that's like helping people. And yeah, so everything you were saying makes me really excited. That's a big part of like the future that I want for myself, is to be able to just be autistic, suck at calendars, open one up and be like, cool, I'm helping so and so, that's neat, and I'll be ready for it. Like
Yeah, that's really cool. Juan, I was really thinking about that when you put the list of the Gravitons. And I was thinking like, how can I am becoming a psychologist. I'm like in a finishing my graduation. So I was thinking like, how can I really be here as a professional psychologist member of the group, and like the people can come to me and like be in a safe space where they can be really open to it. And I was really thinking about that. I was actually going to talk to you in private and like say, hey, what do you think about it? So now that you expose that, it's gonna be like really interested to do that. I'm super down. I'm super open to do it and try it. I was kind of shy about it because I was like, I really don't know how to do that in a DAO space, how that could be. But yeah, it's really like what I want to do.
Yeah, and there's a really big need about that, because no DAOs have a psychologist in them, and like no one is really um, taking care of that psychological aspect of the communities, and that's why, like, also Gravity has like a lot of things to do, and it's just like starting, and there are like uno, in Spanish we say like tela para cortar, and it's like fabric to cut. Like there's wherever you see from the social side, there are a lot of things that we can work on in DAOs. Like people tend to like think like because they work or because they are interacting in the DAO space, they don't need all of the support things that traditional organizations have been building in the last years. But we should also take what's good from traditional organizations, and like there's a strong need of like security in work. And for an example, before that I was working in DAOs, I was working at a university, and like every 3 hours, someone came into our office and told us like, okay, you need an active pause, and you need to stretch, and you need to like put yourself in your 2 feet and stretch. And we don't have that here, and people have like 8 hours of calls together and in the day, and no one tells them like, hey, you need to make like an active pause. And that would be really something cool, that we can have like transition launches. Like, okay, maybe you are moving from one call to another, but you can have like this transition lounge that can be led by someone, and it's just like an activity that helps you to move from one call to another and to continue being focused. Because like here we're like exploiting ourselves, and say that personally. Like I have like 6 to 8 hours of calls sometimes a day, and I only have lunch like without my camera off. So it would be really cool if we can continue fostering this culture of like, hey, okay, we are working, but let's take care of ourselves. We are not only like working all day. And that idea of transition launches, I have had it like for a long time, but it's been hard to implement. But it would be really cool, like, to have this transition launch at least like twice a week or something, where there are of calls packed, and that you can have someone that can help you transition between those calls, and to continue fostering like mental and physical health.
Yes, definitely. When you're talking about it, I was thinking like if we can do like goals, like weekly goals for everyone on TEC, like hey, every 2 hours take a break. Like go do something, go eat something sweet, or go do 5 minutes yoga, like weekly goals that we can implement to all the contributors. There is a lot that we can talk. That's it.
Yeah, one of the traps that I'm not only for lunch, but is that since we are in a global environment, the calls are all day. Where you used to just, you would stick to some kind of a day rhythm or a personal rhythm, but now you can start with a call at 8 in the morning and it's here quarter to 9. So they're like all over the place, like there's no rhythm whatsoever. And it's super, super difficult to stick to some kind of a healthy work rhythm, where you say like, come on, and also in between the calls doing some work and reading some stuff or preparing a Google Doc or whatever, right? So you cannot be in all places. And I also wanted to, I'm not a one-to-one person at all. So I'm not a psychologist. I'm also not a trauma specialist. So I couldn't offer. I could do it like the Deep Democracy offers some skills, but I'm at my best when I facilitate groups, and even better when I can train people. So I think we might be quite complementary here. Um, what Deep Democracy does is it gives us a toolbox. So it's a very, very concrete toolbox, since we were looking for that, on how to organize meetings in a different way. And the baseline of Deep Democracy is listening to the no voice, so including the no voice, where we very, very often have this pattern of once the majority vote is showing up a little bit, all the no voices, or you usually hear la la la, and then there's one tiny lee somewhere, but that's annoying, right? Because that takes us off track, and so it's not efficient. Like now is not the time to speak up. So we sort of have these patterns, and Deep Democracy tries to get rid of those. But it asks a lot of the person who is organizing the meeting or facilitating to really think ahead, like we have to make an important decision. So these are the tools that I want to use today, or we're doing a brainstorm, then let's do it like this. And Deep Democracy has a toolbox like that. So yeah, offering really hands-on trainings, not too theoretical, like to practice hands-on trainings, 3-4 sessions, or even, and then in levels maybe. I could help people look through a different lens when they set up a meeting, with the really concrete tools, basic to a bit more complex. Well, Let's Talk tool is the last thing I say. A tool like Let's Talk, they call it, is really conflict management, but it's always in groups. Like you, as a facilitator, you see like, I feel there's some tension going. I'm gonna try a Let's Talk. I'm gonna try the throwing arrows, for example, is a good one. Doing a debate, but then in the democracy way, not as we are used to. It also sits in the fire. It really invites people to speak out what they are thinking and not hiding. But it's not like, it's not like psychology or really working on conflict between two people. It's really within the community. Actually, it's preventing people from having the conflict outside of the meeting. That's actually what it's trying to do. Well, so that is a bit what I could offer.
Yeah, I think that maybe, in one of our next calls, we can have like we are going to be sitting and make like a schedule and programming and saying like, okay, Lynn, would you like to lead a practice group, democracy during February? And yeah, that way we can like make the schedule of our next year's activities. And I think that would be really cool. I see that Innovator wrote. Would you like to speak about what you wrote?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Yeah, I had two questions. We've talked about a lot of ideas today, which could all be separate proposals, I'm guessing. And I know that there's a system that TEC use for kind of logging these proposals. I'm not quite sure about the design of them, but there's a sort of a GitHub repository or something based on GitHub repository. So I'm kind of not quite sure about that. And the second question is, what's the best way for folk to volunteer? I can hear people volunteering in this session, but is it possible for people to volunteer in the Gravity channel? Are there other ways that people can volunteer? So those are the two questions, basically.
Yeah. For the thing of the proposals, first we are making like a spreadsheet and a Google Doc, and then we will move it to the forum. And then after the forum, yeah, they will that will be like our registry for the proposals. And yeah, that thing about how to volunteer, that's super interesting. Yeah, maybe we can make a spreadsheet or work on the ones that are already created. Like we have this Graviton training open calls spreadsheet, and we can make some new page here to like start scheduling. That would be good. Or in the Discord. How do you think that would be better to do this?
I'm a great believer in trying things and see what happens.
Okay.
I like the idea of organizing and
I mean, I think either's possible, but I don't know if there's a preference or if people have a favorite, or it's about how people prefer to do things.
Yeah. Yes, Septi.
I was just going to say, I was very distracted, but I think you guys are talking about the Discord, and I was thinking, what about creating a Discord for Gravity? Like, the only way to get in is having like those POAPs. I think that would be so cool, and then you also have limited access. You could also like have limited rooms, like depends on like there are Gravitons that are mediators, then they have access to a mediator channel, and you can have like some kind of privacy inside the Discord of Gravity, which I think it would be a cool idea. And always like the only people who is in that Discord is who's have a Graviton role.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool idea, but that would like add another layer of complexity. And one of the things that we were advised in these past weeks is to have a stepped growth and not like try to like make a lot of complex things at the same moment. So I think like the main question here is like how to volunteer. And yeah, that I don't have like a straight answer right now. I am just brainstorming ideas. But yeah, we should definitely have like a list of the people that wants to volunteer, or that wants to apply for the bounty and actually make like this scheduling and planning. But yeah, maybe the best thing would be to have a spreadsheet, and I think that we can work on this spreadsheet that we had for the Graviton training, and that is of open access to everyone, and maybe um, working on this. So I will be sharing this link, and in the last one of the tabs, yeah, we and I will like volunteers for 2022's bounties. So what
Juanka,
yeah.
I had an idea. One of the other groups that I work with talk about offers and needs, and I don't know if we did a kind of like a collective exercise across the group about what they consider needs to be in this space, and then we talked about what we're prepared to offer to meet those needs. Is that something we could put into that spreadsheet?
Yeah. One of the things that I really love is when, like, feel free to give ideas and let's continue working with them. And so I am going to be sharing this spreadsheet in the Gravity channel. And Aloysius says that she would like to suggest a Trello board. Yeah, that would be also really cool, like to have a Trello board of like who is going to be leading certain activities during this month, and yeah.
Juan, I've noticed in the Gravity working channel there's a lot of like singular docs, documents. Is there a whole folder that we are collecting everything in?
Good question.
And could we get linked? Can that be
No,
shareable?
I think like, yeah, I have a lot of spreadsheets and a lot of documents, but I don't have like a one folder to go to.
Would it be possible to create that? I mean, I could. It'd be easy. And then I had showed you before something that I did in pinning posts in
So
like
maybe it's not a bad idea to kind of start with one document and see where we go.
Just did you want to keep saying what you need to say?
Yeah, I think I lost the track of the conversation. Sorry, Aloysius. I felt that you were speaking and you couldn't finish your idea.
I lost it.
Innovator, what's your first name, or do you want to be called Innovator?
I'm in two minds about that.
All right.
Innovator's good. Innovator's good.
Yeah, there's a long history of a lot of beautiful documents that like we've been kind of building on together. If they could be in one spot, that would be lit. Because I know that like Juan keeps popping back and forth, and like there is access to each of them individually, and they're not pinned in the discourse. I think that's our Discord platform. I think that's what Aloysius was talking about. That one, we can start practice pinning really important documents that we're co-working on, and if we could pull them all into one center spot, then also like I think I might be just an observation that I've seen is that like what Juan's aiming to do is to decentralize all of the responsibility that he's held and make it more shareable. And so I think this step would be a really practical way so that we can all be helping each other out.
Sounds like a good idea, and I apologise to Aloysius because I can't hear him at all. So I don't know he's talking. I'm sorry.
Oh.
No worries.
So I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, maybe it's a Discord setting. yeah, and let's organize the documents, like, and let's work on all this, because yeah, I feel that I have a lot of ideas, and that until now they have been working to reach this point, but I feel that to grow we need to have like more ideas and more organization, because like, yeah, as you saw, like, there are a lot of documents, and like a lot of spreadsheets and a lot of writings, but it would be really cool if we can organize things, and 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 also, like, that thing of how to volunteer, that it's super important. Like, we need to be clear, and for people to have like a clear way on how to volunteer on these bounties. And yeah, that's the idea, that we can make like a planning of how are we going to distribute the bounties, what are the activities that are going to um yeah, incentivized, and who is going to be like in thing. So, like, if you want to help me organize the documents and find a way of how to volunteer, that would be really cool. I think that what Aloysius said of having like a Trello would be good, but we also have like a Zen hub. I don't know if that can help in that same thing, because I think that Trello is like an project management tool, and we use ZenHub in the TC, so we can also use like ZenHub, that same way of Trello. But it's just to choosing our tools, or of how are we going to organize. Yeah, I am going to send you the ZenHub link.
Is completely new to me. I'm sorry. Is it? Am I the only one, or and do I just look it up, or do we
No
need
idea what the fuck that is.
Okay, can you share like 2
Okay.
sentences about it?
ZenHub is this extension of GitHub, where you can have like a workflow of things, and you just create issues. Like, for example, this is the coordination, the coordination ZenHub for the TC. So here you see like the new issues, what it's being repeated, the icebox, the product backlog, and the sprint backlog, and the things that are in progress from all of the working groups. So here you can see like softgov, and here you see like all of the things that are in progress, all of the things that are in the sprint backlog, and all of the things that are closed. And you can see like gravity, and you can see like, okay, here we are, we continue delivering the Graviton trainings, we are regaining momentum, gravity coordination calls, we're making a long-term gravity roadmap, promote and distributing the NBC study club, we're making this Graviton get together. So yeah, we can use like this space for coordination, and like we have this gravity space, but it's been more used for the tickets and cases than for our own internal coordination. But we can make like a new ZenHub board for the coordination of gravity, and leave this one for the tickets of the cases.
Heck yeah.
So maybe we, like, the idea would be like, okay, in our coordination board, we say that, for example, Lean will be leading a practice group during 1 month. So after the month of those activities, we move the issue from in progress to closed, and then we only make like the treasury management and distribute the bounties. But that thing of how to volunteer, yeah, that's something that would be really important to know, like, and to have very clear, like, yeah, how can people volunteer, and how can, like, organize between all the volunteers on times and yeah, with the bounties that we have.
Could it be something we could work on? Maybe, I don't know if the weekly calls on Tuesdays offer us enough time. Maybe that's a side issue. But I could see us potentially. How often does TEC use Google Docs? Because we could create like a general application for anybody who's interested with all of the different options. Like we've got book clubs, we've got safe spaces, we've got practice groups, we've got role plays. Like go ahead and sign up for the things that, like, at least click the things that you're interested in, and those like answers can be coalesced and continue to like
Yeah,
become aggregate over time.
there is the Communitas working group, and they have like orientation call, and if we make like this schedule of activities, I am sure that we give that to them, and they will redirect the people to our calls.
So they would bring the public to us, and we'd still have to coordinate who's facilitating.
Yeah, we only
Yeah.
we only have to coordinate, like, who will facilitate, and they will help us along with communications to, like, gather the people into our activities. But yeah, we are on the top of the hour, and this will be like one of our last meetings of this year. And yeah, I want to thank you. I am leaving with this open question of how to volunteer, and also, like, it would be really cool if maybe, I don't think next week, but like in January, we can start making this first schedule, and then we can say, like, okay, this will be the offer from Gravity for 3 months, and or for three, or yeah, for 3 months, and then to share it with the whole community, and continue engaging people in this activity.
Are we going to be meeting next Tuesday?
Yeah, we're gonna have a meeting next Tuesday, but it will be mainly focused on finishing and publishing the
Proposal?
proposal. Yeah, the proposal, and there's one person who is helping on the roles description. So we will have like a description of the roles that will divide those responsibilities of like making the planning, making the treasury, and like executing treasury, and also like coordinating that, or following that the activities are developing.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly that will be the activities.
Could it be helpful to like kind of recruit amongst this group who might want to collaborate on a Google Doc for Gravitons to be able to self-select for what they want to be doing within Innovator?
Yeah, you
DM.
coordinate between you, and count with me also on whatever I can help.
Cool, because I think if we could see like the proposal and then how you actually go about getting the money that we will eventually have, I think we'll kind of like close the thought loop for people. It'll make it more concrete. And then like I know that there's quite a few folks that have other DAO meetings during this hour that can't come and talk. And I want to be able to like make sure that they have those like concrete ways of like starting to visualize how they can participate.
Yeah.